Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Oriema. Today I'm going to be sharing a story with you, and I'm going to be reading it from the playroom of my house. I asked Dominic and Patrick, my sons, if I could borrow their playroom because they have tons and tons of books, so I picked a really special one to share with you today. And it's called How to Feed Your Parents. And I picked this book because you're all home and you're with your parents, so you better know how to feed them healthy meals every night, okay? So we're going to read this book and we're going to see how Matilda, the little girl in the story, feeds her parents. Are you ready to read with me? How to Feed Your Parents by Ryan Miller, illustrated by Haddam Ali. Ready? Let's look inside. Matilda Macaroni wanted to try quiche. Her parents did not want to try that. The list of things Mr. Macaroni and Mrs. Macaroni would eat was very short. They liked chicken, but only in nugget form with barbecue sauce. They liked elbow macaroni, only mixed with orange-colored powder from a packet. Burgers, only from a bag with ketchup, fries, and of course a toy. Grilled cheese, only on white bread cut into triangles. Pizza, only topped with pepperoni and delivered to their door. Cereal, only if it was sugary and turned the milk a different color. They refused to even try anything else. How many of you like the things that Matilda's parents liked? Oh yes, I know. I like pizza and I like chicken nuggets. What do you like? Oh yes, that's yummy. Matilda first discovered she liked other foods when Grandma Macaroni brought over a pot of jambalaya for a surprise treat one evening. Yuck, Matilda's dad said when he saw the pot. No way, Matilda's mom said when she smelled the steam. They pushed their plates to the center of the table and soaked. Soaked. Show me your soak face. They didn't want to eat that. But Matilda was curious. The jambalaya was interesting. It was delicious. After that, Matilda tried new foods whenever she could. She got gumbo and goulash at Grandma's sample, and sampled some sushi at a sleepover, and polished off a plate of pork paprikash on a playdate. But soon she realized that if she ever wanted to eat more than nuggets and noodles at home, she would have to commandeer the kitchen and try cooking herself. She started by learning how to crack eggs. First, she didn't tap them hard enough to break the shell. Then she tapped them a little too hard. Finally, she got it just right. She worked with her grandma to learn oven safety and knife safety and all the other safety she could think of, because she never ever cooked without an adult. She started reading cookbooks as bedtime stories. She gave her allowance to her babysitter to buy ingredients from the local farmer's market. Matilda practiced with a willing grown-up whenever she could. Soon she had perfected paella, mastered miso soup, and loved to cook mashed potatoes. She wanted to share every dish with her parents. She knew they would enjoy them if they would only try them. So she came up with a plan. I'll handle dinner tonight, she said one morning at breakfast. No quiche, her mom said. Nothing funny, her dad added. Burgers, Matilda said. Just burgers. Her parents were both running late, so they slurped the bright purple milk from the bottom of their bowls and agreed. That night, Matilda's parents stared skeptically at the food in front of them. This doesn't look like what I like, her dad whined. It's a hamburger, Matilda said innocently. I'm going to warm up some leftovers, her mom said. Do they want to eat them? No. The fridge is empty, her dad yelped. No pizza, no nuggets. This is what's for dinner, Matilda said. If you're hungry, you can eat it. If you're not, don't. But I made this, and this is what we're having. You made this? Mrs. Macaroni asked. She lifted the bun and peered at the patty. There are mushrooms on it, and green things. Oh my. That's arugula, Matilda said. You're going to love it. Mrs. Macaroni raised one eyebrow, but then her stomach growled loudly. Our daughter made this, she said to her husband. She took the tiniest bite. It's interesting, she said, chewing slowly. It's surprising. It's delicious! Mr. Macaroni smiled politely at Matilda and took a teeny tiny bite of his own. Hey, this isn't bad, he said. Actually, it's good. So if you try something new, you might like it. I can make it again, Matilda said as her parents chowed down. But I was thinking that maybe I could try to bake a quiche first. I don't think you should do any more cooking, her dad replied. I think we should do it together. Wouldn't that be nice to cook together with mom and dad? Or with just your mom or just your dad? Or maybe with your grandpa or your grandma? We can take turns picking recipes, her mom said. We might not like everything, but we promise to try anything, her dad finished. Oh, I'm so happy they're going to try new things because they might like them. The next night, Matilda and her parents sprinkled some flour on the counter. They rolled out the dough before filling it with eggs, spinach, bacon, Swiss cheese, and more. The quiche was a hit, as was just about everything they made. Fantastic fajitas, her dad said as he bit into a warm handmade tortilla stuffed with steak, colorful peppers, and onions. Excellent eggplant parmesan, her mom said, while going back for a second slice of the purple vegetable with oregano spiced sauce and mozzarella cheese. Phenomenal, they both said as they leaned over their bowls and slurped up rice noodles floating in ginger-scented beef broth. You know, Matilda's mom said, talking about a mouthful of garlic and chicken. I think I might like to try some jambalaya. They called up Grandma and asked her to bring over her signature dish. Amazing, Grandma exclaimed when she saw that Mr. and Mrs. Macaroni started eating with no complaints. Matilda, you've done a great job of getting them to try new foods. Thank you, Matilda said. Now, if only I could get them to keep their room clean. How many of your bedrooms are not the cleanest? Maybe you could help Mommy and Daddy by cleaning that up too. The end. So now, boys and girls, what I'd like you to do is ask your mommies and daddies to check their email. And I sent you a link to the kindergarten Padlet. And if you help your mom and dad to make a meal today, maybe you can help them bake something or make pancakes or help them make your sandwich at lunchtime or your chicken nuggets or maybe try something new. You can upload a picture to the kindergarten Padlet. If you don't have access to a camera, you could draw us a picture and mommies and daddies can email that to us also. All right, boys and girls, see you later. Bye.